tucks above the ceiling, and they're called guillotine doors.
Guillotine doors? Are you serious? Well, at least they're not trying to hide it, you know? You might want to have this conversation with your wife, you know? You might want to ask her, hey, babe, do you think guillotine doors is a good idea for our house? And you might end up sleeping on the couch, so don't cuss me out later. But most likely they're going to be like, no, let's not kill our children, right? I am the how to buy a mansion guy. I've critiqued over 1,000 mansions. I buy mansions for my clients. My name is Arvin Haddad. Let's get the show started.
What's up, everybody? It's Enes here. Welcome to another episode. This week we're in Hollywood Hills and about to tour this incredible modern home. This home was designed by Tom Kundig, has amazing architectural details, features, ton of gadgets around. In fact, this might be my favorite home we've ever toured here in Hollywood Hills, so we got a really good episode ahead of us. Now, specs of this home: we got 5 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 15,642 square feet of interior space, built on a 29,279 square foot lot, and this property is currently on the market for $54,950,000.
All right, a little bit of history about this property. The land was purchased for $12 million, and then it first listed for $62 million. Then it got reduced to 54 and change when Enes filmed it. Then it got reduced again to $48 million, and after 648 days, it sold last year, June 2023, for $37,440,000. Now, at the end of the video, I will tell you how much I think it's worth today. So let's continue watching together.
Let's begin our tour. The house is located at the end of a cul-de-sac on this amazing promontory, and from the street level we have this gate opening up to the garage that's on the lower level, which we'll tour in a bit, and we have a secondary gate right here for exterior parking, and that opening also leads you to chef's kitchen in the lower level. And now let's talk about this beautiful modern architecture.
Do you consider this a beautiful modern architecture? It's subjective. You can have your own opinion. Go for it. Do you think it's beautiful? I don't. I personally think if like CIA wanted to have a covert, you know, hidden property in LA that kind of blended in with the modern but would be super safe and bulletproof and bomb-proof, they would design something like this. Personal opinion.
Complemented with this massive board form concrete wall right in the center. Again, it's a beautiful modern architecture. We have this walkway right here that takes you to the main entry. And as you come up to the entry, we have beautiful limestone floors. Everything is nicely hedged. And this is really interesting. We have this freestanding steel panel in this gorgeous orange color. Same with this covered entry. Again, all steel that cantilevers above the front door. And now let's go inside. All right, everyone, here we are at the entry. Same orange color continues to the interiors, and as well as this cantilever design that we saw on the exterior brings that nice pop of color. And off of entry, as soon as you walk into this property.
All right, here's your wow factor. As soon as you come in, you get the wow factor. Actually, beforehand, there's even a glass that gives you a glimpse of the wow factor, but it's there. It's not the best view from the house because this is one of the best view properties. You don't have a focal point upon entrance, but trust me, you get plenty of views in this house. You're gonna get it. But there's one major flaw in this frame that I'm gonna address later in the video. Pay attention, see if you find it. We'll talk about it later in the video.
We're head on with these incredible views of the city, and we're gonna check out those views in a bit. But first I wanna establish what we have on this floor. On my right-hand side, we have the formal dining room and formal living room. Behind me, we have the staircase going down to the lower level and the second floor. And right in front of me, we have the family room and the kitchen. And it starts right here.
Also with the kitchen, there's 3 flaws, major flaws. There's plenty more actually, but Try to spot 3 flaws in the kitchen. I'm going to name them right away.
Same hardwood floors off of the entry is also here. Wood panel ceilings, walls of glass looking towards the amazing views. On this side, we have these automatic sliding glass doors that stack on that side, opening up to the amazing patio space facing the views. And on top of that, we have these bifolding louvers on the exterior that serves as a sunshade, which looks incredible, and we'll talk more about them later in the video because they are throughout. This side, we have the family room seating area. Nice.
Did you spot it? Okay, number one, it's super small. This $37.4 million. And the family room is really small. The kitchen is really small. But what makes it even worse, even though it's small, it doesn't feel like cozy. Do you know why? Because it opens up on both sides towards the view, right? Energy just gets sucked out from it. So you've decided to put your family area, really calm place where you kind of want to, feel cozy. And you've made it small, so it would feel cozy, but it's not feeling cozy. Another problem is obviously it's a very masculine kitchen, right? It's black, but forget about that. This is kind of a guy's house. The color palette is totally off the whack. Why? You got 2 wood finishes that are not complementary whatsoever. You got gray, black, white, and a dash of red and concrete. What's going on here? To me, it looks like an urban camouflage pattern for the whole CIA headquarters that I was talking about, or like a urban hunting ground where you would kind of post up here and shoot squirrels or pigeons with your BB gun. It doesn't give me home vibes whatsoever.
We have the gas fireplace clad with this beautiful steel paneling, and this TV actually has an automatic cover as well. In case you don't want to see your TV, have that minimalist look, you can do that. Now on the other side, we have the same style sliding glass doors also here that are automatic, opening up to a patio space. And from here, we get the amazing views of downtown Los Angeles all the way to Griffith Observatory and the Hollywood Hills. And we have these floor-to-ceiling glass doors, and they accomplish this look by having these I-beams, columns, set back.
Another one, look at the privacy issue. You got all that hill looking back into your property.
Now on this side, we have the kitchen. Gorgeous cabinetry, nice contrast between the wood tones and the darker tones on the island, and the base cabinets right there. Massive island right in the center with natural stone countertops. Book match right in the center. We have island seating on the other side. Again, from your kitchen, you'll look at the amazing views of the ocean, Century City, all the way to Wilshire Corridor. This is incredible. And on the island, we have a small fridge, your base cabinets, microwave, small oven. And let's see, we have the main sink right here. And this island setup, I guess, for extra seating. And here's another unique detail about this kitchen cabinet design. Glass doors actually stacks on this side, kind of opens up the other side of the cabinet. So you kind of have this open design from your kitchen. Now, let's continue.
There are actually 3 wood finishes. Look, there's a dark black wood finish here. There's a kind of a brown finish, and there's a kind of a white oak finish on the ceiling. It's just horrible. Like, not a single person came and said, hey, these colors don't really speak with each other. Why would you put 3 wood finishes next to each other like that? No. If you know about my channel, you would know how I feel about the knock stuff.
I know we talk about these all the time.
Is it time?
I think it's the time. So there you go. We talk about these coffee makers. Me and Mikey always say that these are our favorite. This one is actually a little bit more of the high-end side. Right? We have the seamless look of this.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but the kitchen cabinets, the wood just looks aged. Like it's been, a lot of wear and tear on it. It doesn't look fresh whatsoever. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Kind of faucet design, I guess, and everything else is underneath the cabinet. And there you go. This is how you make your espresso. Before we leave the kitchen, I want to come right here and I want to talk about this wine wall, temperature controlled, with the leather pouches. Looks incredible.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Now, let me take you guys around while I'm drinking my espresso. We have the pantry space.
Wow, what a depressing hallway. Look at this. I'm so sorry. Like, if you have a Xanax next to you, I won't judge you if you take one from this point on, because this just looks really depressing. No judgments. Go for it.
And around the corner, we have the chef's kitchen. This kitchen has it all.
Wow, I love this kitchen way more than the main kitchen. Like, this is so much nicer. It has a nice little window. It feels a little cozy. Like, you would want to cook here, right?
Style cabinets are also brought here that goes all the way up to the ceiling. And on the ceiling, we have the same wood tone paneling that again warms up the space. all open shelving with the stainless steel countertops and the backsplash. And this door opens up to the exterior parking spot that we talked earlier. So in case you have chefs or caterers come in, they can come through this door without having to go through the main door. 8-burner gas stove, commercial vent, I mean, you have it all. And lastly, we have the Sub-Zero fridge here. And I think I forgot to mention, in the main kitchen, right next to the wine wall, we have the paneled in fridge. Now let's go back to the hallway. By the way, I gotta show this detail. We have these seamless doors that kind of closes off certain sections of the house. This is one of them. And as we go back, on my right-hand side, we have some paneled in storage. And before we go back to the entry, this is really unique. This steel-clad, kind of a hidden door opens up to a powder room on this level. I love the texture on the wall.
See, another wood finish just got introduced with a new pattern and a new color. There's no symmetry. There's no, continuation of material. Super important. If you look at my favorite video, my favorite mansion, in that video, you will see that developer doesn't get carried away with, 600 different types of finishes. Actually repeats the same finishes and sometimes bring the same finish twice in the same room, by creating a little symmetry that, they feed off each other, create a little cohesiveness. But again, a lot of developers get excited. It's like, oh, this is nice too. We got to put this one. Okay, let's put this one in this room and this one in this room. No, keep it together. You got to change the pops, right? You can change the accents, right? Keep it cohesive. You don't need to go, 4 or 5 different wood finishes in the same house. And I think the floors are actually different color wood too. Too much.
I don't even know what kind of finish this is, but it looks so rich. You can see all the veins of the wood and you can feel the textures of it as well. And we have a gorgeous floating vanity design here that they used this stone and carved out the sink section that looks stunning.
Yeah, it's incredible. And we got to talk about this door a little more. This is maybe the coolest door in the whole house, and that's saying a lot because there's some cool doors here.
Yeah, a lot of these cool gadgets and details throughout, and we're going to talk about them. Now, let me take everybody back to the entry. And right on the other side, we have the formal dining room area.
Did you spot it? The formal dining room is in the grand foyer. Like, that's a flaw. You know what it tells me? That they didn't have any other place to put the formal dining room. It's just like, we're talking about a $37 million mansion, and you don't have a separate dining room for this property. You have to put it in the foyer.
This room is all open, gets a ton of natural light, and it flows to the family room that is currently opening up to the backyard, which we'll see in a bit. But I really want to take my time to focus on this dining room area because there are so many cool details here. Number one, we got this gorgeous dining room table right in the center that sits 8 people. Industrial chandelier above with this really unique pulley system where you can actually adjust the lighting. So the designer and the architect of this home, Tom Kundig, designed a lot of different gadgets and details throughout the home that has very unique functionalities. Also, right underneath the dining room table, we actually have tires because, let me go around this way actually to show it to you guys.
Yeah.
Instead of going with some sort of a stacked glass detail, they designed these really unique doors that actually tucks above the ceiling, and they're called guillotine doors.
Guillotine doors? Are you serious? Well, at least they're not trying to hide it, You might want to have this conversation with your wife, You might want to ask her, hey, babe, do you think guillotine doors is a good idea for our house? And you might end up sleeping on the couch, so don't cuss me out later. But most likely they're going to be like, no, let's not kill our children, right? Now, I get it. This is not a family house, but some serious, serious industrial looking material they're using over here, which is, again, not my taste at all.
These doors allow seamless indoor-outdoor flow, and they carried out the same limestone flooring.
Watch your neck.
From the interiors all the way to the outside, which is amazing, and you open up this entire space to the outdoors. I mean, this is incredible. Now, I want to go back to the dining setup because with the tires, you can actually move out your dining room table to the outdoors and you can enjoy it there.
What if you get a flat tire? Your dining table has tires that moves. Why not just have, outdoor dining place allocated for outdoor dining? You have a huge parcel of land on one of the best promontories in the city, and you don't have it, outdoor dining. You have to bring the indoor dining out to use it.
And let's say you're throwing like a 200 people party and you want to leave this space all open. Well, if you have the lighting like this, people are going to run into it. But if you want to leave this space all open, just push it up to the ceiling and there you go.
That's right. Oh, everything's thought out.
Amazing. Now let's go outside for a second. That dining room table, you can actually carry it out all the way here, so you can enjoy your dinners or your lunch. And a lot of people don't know this, but Los Angeles, even during summer at night, gets pretty cold. So he wanted to place a lot of space heaters. Because he wanted to leave this section all open, he actually designed this with the architect, really unique arm that kicks out and swings right here on top of the dining room table, so you can have a cozy and comfortable dining experience. This is incredible.
Yeah, I guess that just goes to show the usefulness of planning. You know, if you have a plan.
And a good architect.
Yeah, so they had all the furniture, everything, all the designs in place before they even broke ground on this.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they initially had some sort of a design, and as the owner's needs were like talked about, you know, they designed these unique gadgets to kind of complement all those details.
That is lack of planning. If you have to build gadgets to fix issues that would accommodate your client, the owner, after the overall design is finished, it shows that you didn't really listen to your client, or the client didn't communicate well enough with you to tell you all their needs, that you had to come up with gadgets to fix the issues. Oh, it's horrible.
And while we are on the outdoors, look at the amazing views behind me. I mean, that's downtown Los Angeles, Century City, Wilshire Corridor, all the way to the ocean. It's a little hazy today, but you guys get the point. We're quite elevated from the rest of Los Angeles. Views are unbelievable.
So the views on this property is amazing. There's probably maybe 3-4 promontories in the Hollywood Hills, Beverly Hills that stick out, and at the tip of them there are these properties, and maybe on each ridge there's maybe 2 properties or 3 properties at different elevations that get this kind of a 270-degree view. And because the ridge sticks out, you're very close to the city, right? So you can kind of feel the city, you can touch the city, and this property is one of the best ones, right? Now, you're so close to the view that, you know, you don't see Century City view and LA view in one shot. Actually, one is on one side of the property, the other one is on the other side of the property. I don't have any problem with that, but, you know, you kind of, the way the house was positioned was kind of dead center in the middle, and you have to kind of turn to the right to see Century City and then turn to the left to see downtown LA view.
Have the first pool right here, Infinity Edge, simple plaster. And actually, while we're here, let's take a quick look. There's a really unique art piece right on the edge of the Infinity Edge pool. So from one angle, you can see a shape of a woman sitting down. And from this angle, it actually kind of disappears because they fabricated this out of a thin stainless steel. How unique is that?
It's really cool.
All right, let's continue with the gadgets for a second. We have the trellis design right above, where you can actually have a motorized cover on top if you want to make it fully shaded. And talking about enjoying your outdoor spaces, owner was really adamant about having space heaters. But when you have the space heaters like the way we see it right now, they're too far away from you to kind of cozy up the space. But these are actually on pulleys that will allow them to go 4 feet down and really cozy and warm up.
What is this? What are we, like, you know, growing outdoor plants over here? I don't get it. It's too much. It doesn't get that cold in LA ever, right? If you've ever lived in East Coast or Midwest, it doesn't even come close. Okay, so I'm surprised with the overkill on the heaters.
Outdoor seating section here, and this table that's in front of me, it actually rises about a foot, 1.5 feet, so you can actually sit down, have a nice comfortable meal, dinner. On this side, we have this gorgeous board-formed concrete fireplace, again with the pulley system. Let me show you guys how this works.
What if you can't reach it? Like, again, this is another kind of a stupid design. There's so many easier ways of doing it. Optically, it looks cool, but you know, I can promise you someone's going to come pull one side, it's going to gank and it could fall, the chain could come off, it could fall on someone's head. Again, not the proper design. Looks cool, but again, I wouldn't want to deal with that.
I love this. I love stuff like this. This is amazing.
Yes.
And there's just something inherently wrong with doing this, isn't it? It's like there's just like, I'm kind of ashamed of myself for just showing you guys that you don't want to do that. It just doesn't look good.
Let me take you guys back inside, and right on the other side we have the formal living room. Beautiful seating setup. Same hardwood floors that we saw on the kitchen side is also here, warming up the space, and the same wood paneled ceilings. We can actually see it throughout. On this side, we have the board formed concrete fireplace. This is actually the other side of the fireplace that we saw on the outdoors, so it's double sided. Here's a really unique detail that this fireplace has. On top, we have this transom glass window where you can see the flues of 2 of those fireplaces, which is really unique. And on the second floor, those flues actually serve a purpose, which is even more interesting. So we'll talk about that later once we get to the primary bedroom suite.
Yeah, while we're here, you got to pull those things again.
I know. These chains.
If you've seen the Silicon Valley show, they have this episode that they start calculating something.
4, see? Oh, from the middle out. That does make sense.
If you know, you know.
And again, I love these steel, wood, concrete elements that we're going to see throughout. Now, this floor literally seamlessly flows to this side.
So let's look at the outdoor spaces, right? When you walked in the wow factor, you saw the kind of a, limestone gray with the swimming pool, no green. Over here, no green, but plenty of outdoor space, right? There's a lot of most of the house is like terraces, right? And I'm like blown away that they didn't allocate any type of natural grass over here or even fake grass, right? They didn't frame the view whatsoever. And you would be like, Arvin, they didn't want to break the camouflage, for the, pigeons and the squirrels to kind of find out your, hunting standpoint. Again, to me, it's an architectural flaw. It re-emphasizes the cold, kind of brutalist, industrial, CIA headquarters, and it doesn't bring any warmth to the property.
Again, we have the secondary pool right there. Technically, this is actually like two pools. I'll talk about that later. But this section continues, same hardwood floors. We kind of have a small dining setup here and a wet bar. You have your...
What is this, an office? This is not a dining setup or a breakfast nook. There's a bar behind it. And why don't we have an actual bar? A lot of questions. Again, I have no idea what this space is actually designed for.
So these panels are actually automatic and you can put them down to have that more seamless look. And lastly, Mikey, I know I left this section. There are a lot of details in this house and I may forget some. I'm really cautious about it, but we actually have a projector that drops down from the ceiling if you want to watch a movie. Also, you see, I'm recognizing details already, not this one. Boom. We have literally refrigerator drawers throughout the entire place. So this is one of them. Now, let me take you guys to the outside. Of course, these sliding glass doors are automatic. They tuck to this side, open up the entire...
Look at this little patch of grass in this corner. You could have done this so much better. Like, you could have really framed this view much, much nicer. Like, I don't understand why you would be so obsessed with the, color palette of, gray city, smog, and then limestone, and then water. Like, throw in a little bit of nature in there, a little bit of grass. It goes a long way to just break that, urban vibe from it.
This covered section right here, that's actually...
Again, another natural wood color that is so out of place. It doesn't even match the outdoor palette because you have black and gray and then this really light wood color. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
Primary bedroom, literally cantilevering above this patio space. I think that's my favorite bedroom in the entire Los Angeles, without a doubt. So it makes the space a little bit more covered. Right here we have the bar shelf for this pool. This is the spa. Mikey, I need you to get close here. There's a super cool detail. So we got a 75-foot pool here with another bar shelf. And the owner didn't want to have that raised spa element. He wanted to have the seamless look. So in order to create that heat separation, I think the spa is kind of turning on as we speak, he designed this $35,000 glass piece that is 1/2 inches below the water level.
Someone made $34,000 on that. Like, some contractor just came up 34 G's.
Heat this section without losing too much heat to the main pool. How cool is that?
This piece of glass costs $35,000.
$35,000. It's insane.
And do you know why?
Mikey's calling BS on it.
I don't know. That's what I've been told.
I guess.
That's what I've been told. And as someone came up 34,500 like on that hustle. That was a quick hustle. It's like, oh, you want a separation? You want it to be seamless? That's gonna cost you.
And somehow spa is just working now as we speak. Another detail, you can get the spa up to 104 degrees while you have your pool around 80. So I wanted to mention that. Now this pool continues, again, 75 foot. We have the secondary Baja shelf right here. Patio continues, but Mikey, before we go to that bedroom, last room that we're gonna tour, I wanna show this section real quick. We kind of missed. Between the first pool and the second pool, you kind of have this section right here that kicks out towards the views. And I wanted to point this out because from here you can see all the way to Griffith Observatory, entire city, ocean, even Pacific Palisades. I mean, this is incredible. It's a little hazy right now, but you pretty much get even ocean views from here. Now, let's go back. On this level, we have one bedroom suite, which we're gonna check out in a bit. And it's at the end of this hallway, right here.
Okay, the hallways are pretty narrow. Again, for $37 million property, it's a very narrow hallway. If you're a subscriber to the channel, you would have known that by now. If you're not a subscriber, I feel bad for you.
Secondary staircase going up to the primary bedroom or the second floor. We have an additional exterior door access, and this one opens up to a full bathroom. I guess this bathroom can serve as your pool bathroom because it has exterior door, beautiful floating vanity design with this ceiling mount mirror, and you can actually see the plumbing exposed underneath it. I thought it was really unique, and we have a walk-in shower right here. Now, as I go back, let's check out the bedroom we have here. Of course, we love these pocket door. Same hardwood floors continue. We have the full bathroom on our left-hand side, walk-in closet on this side, and it takes us straight to the bedroom here. Very minimalist decor. We have the king-size bed here. I like these wall sconces that serves as a reading light. Same wood panel ceilings, again, warming up the space, looks gorgeous. And I just realized they have a...
Look at this, the plants covering this view. Now, a lot of people are scared to put plants around or in front of their view. If you do it at the right angle, if you do it the right amount, right, to not cover the whole view, it actually makes the view stand out. Now, maybe this one has one too many. There's a little bit of grass. This is perhaps my favorite area in the whole house because there's some sort of a nature, some trees, some grass outdoor. It just feels a lot less, you know, urban CIA headquarters. But, you know, if you put actual really beautiful trees around the view, you can really frame it and actually give it perspective, right? It could be like a picture frame for the view. It makes it better.
And just like the rest of the rooms, again, we have these massive sliding glass doors opening up to the outdoors. In fact, let me open this one real quick. This is the end of the patio space that we saw earlier. Beautiful olive trees, your pool setup, amazing views. It's incredible. And that wraps our tour for this level. Now let's go back to the staircase and go check out the lower level. All right, everyone, here we are at the lower level. Now, before we start our tour here, I want to talk about this amazing steel staircase design. We kind of have this screen design on the right-hand side, and these steel threads that looks like angle irons actually are bolted to the concrete, bolted on concrete walls. Looks stunning, and we have these very elegant wood threads that was dropped on those angle irons. The whole thing is steel clad. And again, this porcelain concrete wall gives it a nice texture as you come down to the lower level. Now, let's go this way first. You may find this opening a little interesting, but this is where you would put your future elevator if you would like to have an elevator.
It doesn't have an elevator? Are you serious? Again, I don't get it. Like, I don't get these things that like, oh, we thought about it, but we didn't think you would want it. You have to put it in.
That's what she said.
Laundry room, 2 washers, 2 dryers, ton of base cabinets, and uppers. You get a sink, kind of everything you need. And as we continue, we have a utility room here that you can access every little thing you need. I love these rooms. It's a nice access to have. And this door opens up to the spacious guest suite or the maid's quarters on this level. Small dining setup off of the entry, and we have the kitchenette here. And this room was designed in a way, if you have maids or people working for you in this house, they can stay here, they can kind of have their own kitchen and their own living room zone.
Their own privacy.
Own their privacy, exactly. Nice seating area, a TV on the wall.
This is like, you know, starting to feel normal here. Isn't it weird that like on the lower level with no view, you start kind of feeling like a little bit more house vibe? It's really sad for the property.
Even though we're on the basement level or the lower level, we have floor-to-ceiling glass doors, again, stacking on one side, opening up to these really nice covered patio spaces that leads you to the lower level. Let's continue. Right around the corner, we have the bedroom for this guest suite. Starts here. Mikey, let's cover the bedroom first. King-size bed, Nice spacious room. And around here we have the full bathroom, double vanity setup, natural stone countertops, your walk-in shower. Now that's it for the guest suite. Let's go back to the landing and continue our tour. Right across from the staircase, we have the wine cellar. Same design that we saw on the main kitchen with these leather pouches.
It's like not inspiring whatsoever. Like such a boring wine cellar. No vibe, no energy whatsoever.
This room can hold up to 900 bottles, and I really appreciate that they brought the board formed concrete bowls also here. It's a nice touch.
A board formed concrete everywhere.
Everywhere, a lot of steel, wood, and concrete elements in this house. Now, around the corner, we have the movie theater, but before we go in there, I want to talk about this, these switch details that we have, switch plates that we have throughout the house. Owner of this property wanted to have something analog, something that worked a little bit more simple. There you go, we
Really,
just turn off the light.
really satisfying.
And I love the sound these switches make.
Yeah.
So there you go, we covered that. By the way, those are from Friends. This is where we have the movie theater.
Do you see how I say like the property looks dated? Look at these couches. Like this property looks, even when it was filmed, like it was already 10 years old, which probably wasn't, but it just shows its age. It really does. And the movie theater sucks, of course.
We got the projector above lighting up this massive screen, built-in speakers, and they have this nice comfortable sofa designs that are also automatic recliner chairs.
Do those things lean back too?
They do a little bit.
Yeah.
They're pretty comfortable.
They don't look comfortable at all. Like he doesn't have a place to put his head. Like there's no headrest for it, you know?
If you were watching a movie in this theater, what movie would it be?
Flaws exposed, Arvin Haddad all day. You know he's on it. You know he's a subscriber. He's following. I don't know if he is, but he's probably watching. You should too.
There's a coat closet on this side, and this is a powder room for this level. Beautiful fabricated stone with a nice tucked in drain design. Beautiful fixtures. Everything looks great. And as we go back to the hallway, this door opens up to something really cool. We'll see that in a bit. But I want to take you guys to this room. This is the game room. Now,
this is by far the coolest thing in this house. By far. Like, who the hell would have this in their house? I love it. Like, it's one of those toys you would love to have as an adult, right? Like, if you have the space for it, this would be super, super cool.
This room is insane. We have this custom racetrack, a little bit of information about the owner. He likes racing cars, so he found this gentleman with a company named Slot Mods that builds these custom tracks, and he asked him which tracks around the world that he likes the most, and from those tracks he took some like favorite corners or like famous straightaways and designed this custom racetrack that looks incredible. We got all these cool cars. I'm gonna go with the Ford GT here, and let's see. Let's give it a quick run, right? See,
You got to make those electrical points. There you go.
There you go. I mean, this is really nice. I'm feeling like a kid in a candy store. Look at the detail on this thing. I mean, it's insane with the logos, brand names.
All the little people.
Talking about racing cars, it doesn't get much better than this.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could try this thing out, but
we got a tour to make.
yeah.
Now, we have these sliding glass doors opening up to another covered patio space. Again, property super nicely hedged. That's the guest suite that we toured earlier. Staircase.
Look at these olive trees. These are like proper olive trees, okay? There's a lot of different variations of olive trees, and I think these ones are the most beautiful. They're very full. They look old, even if they're not old. You know, I call them the Italian ones, right?
This property has 40 olive trees that are 150 years old. Also, I really like how the owner terraced this entire hillside all the way down to the property line.
See, this tells me something. It's like after creating this property, you try to camouflage it, right, with olive trees. But the sad part is that you can't even enjoy the olive trees because they're on a lower elevation, so you don't ever get to see the olive trees yourself unless you're the maid who lives in the basement. It just tells me that, you know, some design choices you make at the moment you grow out of. I don't know if that happened to the seller. I mean, he did sell the property, so he got rid of it. But again, to me, it doesn't do anything for the property because it's on the lower level. It's on the hillside. You don't even see it. As you know, it's good for the neighbors. The neighbors will love you. They would thank you. But, you know, for you, nada.
Where you have this walkway that takes you up here, again, covered with these beautiful olive trees. It's a nice walkway to have where you can enjoy it in the morning or in the afternoon, you know, get the amazing views.
It's really relaxing.
Absolutely. Now we're going back into the game room because we have 2 more guest suites to see on this level. And then we're going to check out the last room after that. Let's go this way. By the way, same switches throughout. And let's go to the one on the left first. We have the other guest suite here. Super spacious, king size bed on this side. And even though we're on the lower level, look at all this glass. You know, you get a ton of natural light, amazing view.
I love the lower level. Like, these rooms are like way nicer than the rooms upstairs. You will see.
Bathroom here, double vanity, beautiful countertops, also used as a flooring down below, walk-in shower, everything looks great. And as we go back to that small hallway, let's go check out the other guest suite, which is on this side. We have this hallway lined with closets. Again, another really spacious bedroom. This one actually gets really good views. I mean, from your bed, you see straight shot of the 𝗕𝗔 City, Wilshire Corridor. I feel like, Mikey, we've been repeating 𝗕𝗔 City, Wilshire Corridor a lot also lately. Amazing views. Actually opens up to the car gallery from the side. We'll see that in a bit. And lastly, around the corner, we have a beautiful bathroom. Pretty much the same finishes, walk-in shower, everything you need. Now, let's go back to that main hallway. This might be the coolest room on this level. I mentioned earlier, owner is a car enthusiast. We got this massive steel door, pivot door.
If you're a subscriber to the channel, you know what the problem with the pivot doors are, because they need adjustment, especially the bigger they are, the harder they fit. There's settlement on the ground, you know, winter, summer, expansion. A lot of times they need adjustments, and this one would probably need adjustments once in a while as well.
Mikey, look at the size of this door. I wanted to do it in person so you guys can get the scale of this door. I look so little comparing to the door. Opens up to the amazing car gallery. Now this car gallery is spacious. I mean, the detailing, lighting, how spacious it is. You know, board form concrete walls. It comes down from the street level, and you have these polished concrete floors, seating areas, steel panel back walls. I just feel like I'm hitting these details. I'm kind of almost overwhelmed. And right above us, we have this massive light box design that lights up the entire garage. We got a Chevy Camaro, I believe SS. I could be wrong on these cars. Mercedes 250 SE, like this thing a lot. We got a E-Class station wagon. I believe that's Dodge Challenger, Porsche, and a Ferrari 458. Good.
Nice selection.
Nice selection.
There we go.
Without a doubt. Normally in a subterranean garages like this in the center, you will see a turntable, but owner wanted to take a different approach. Instead, he created this opening where you can drive in, make your turn, and go enter from the other side, so you don't have to reverse in your garage. You can comfortably come in and get out.
That's another flaw. That shows lack of planning. See, a lot of times in designing a home, people come across problems and they immediately try to solve them, and they feel really good about themselves solving these problems. But instead of solving the problem, they should be asking, why am I even having this problem to begin with? You gotta sometimes, when you start running into some issues, you gotta zoom out and look at the whole picture to see, why are these issues keep coming up that I have to fix? Maybe there's a decision was made prior that is causing a lot of these problems, which I'm going to mention at the end of the video, so make sure you watch to the end.
And we kind of have the house above us. I know this is an interesting angle to talk about, but beautiful modern architecture, board form concrete walls, steel frame everywhere. I love these bifold louver designs that they have on the exterior. Looks so stealth. And again, that primary bedroom, cantilevering primary bedroom.
What does this architecture look like? If you were looking at these shapes, right? I'm giving you a clue. I'm going to tell you what I think at the end of the video, but I want to see if you can get there yourself. What do you think they are? What do they remind you of? Pay attention. I'm going to talk about it in a few minutes.
It's incredible. I mean, this house is so special. I think this is my favorite home here in Los Angeles so far, at least the homes that we've toured. In fact, let's go back inside, take the stairs, go check out the second floor where we have the primary bedroom suite. All right, everyone, let's go check out the second floor, and this floor is all dedicated to the primary bedroom suite. Again, staircase design looks gorgeous, same wood panel ceilings. Now we have the bedroom on the other side, but this door opens up to the office/den for the primary bedroom. Room is extremely spacious. We got a seating area here with a
very narrow, isn't it? Now start thinking, what does it look like?
Fireplace, built-in TV setup, you know, one button, you can have it covered and seamless the way it is right now. Right behind the seating area, we have the desk setup, walls of glass opening up to these breathtaking views. I mean, Griffith Observatory all the way to downtown Los Angeles. You see the whole city. In fact, I'm getting distracted here. Since we can see the hillside, that's Forest Knoll right there, one of the most iconic properties we have in the city, right across.
If you haven't seen that video, I just critiqued it. So check it out, subscribe to the channel. It's a very interesting video if you want to kind of understand what are the criteria for a property to be considered iconic, okay?
These sliding glass doors open up, a ton of details, but first, Mikey, I need you to come back to the other side. I mentioned it earlier, a lot of these refrigerator drawers, right? Another one right here, since there's an office, nice little coffee bar, wet bar, and we like these doors.
Oh yeah.
That tucks into the walls. Nice addition. I'm jealous of this office. This is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We have the automatic glass doors opening up to the patio space. By the way, that corner in the office also opens up. There's a Juliet balcony there. But I want to take everybody to this outdoor space that's incredible. It's kind of like extension of the den. And before I talk about this outdoor space, I want to point out the outdoor staircase here that goes down to the lower level patio off of the kitchen. So in case you're having parties, you have people coming in and out, they can take the staircase, come up to this landing or this deck rather than going through the house or your primary bedroom staircase. This outdoor space is incredible. It's really elevated and it actually kicks out all the way to the edge of the property line. And I mean, from here, views are, again, incredible. Hollywood Hills, downtown LA, Century City, Wilshire Corridor, Ocean. Right in the center, we have a steel fire pit, seating area. Let me take you guys back into the property. We have this door right here to seal off the primary bedroom. And what's so cool about this door is that it doesn't have a header.
There's nothing cool about that. For a primary bedroom, you should have it completely sealed off. This is where you're doing your personal business. You don't want anyone to hear you. This is a negative. I would never design that. And if you're doing it for natural light coming in, then you have way bigger problems that you haven't addressed before. And now you're trying to fix it by making gadgets and such.
Letting natural light in. Transit windows on this side, again, bringing natural light to this hallway. And Mikey, let's go this way. This opening, they carried out the same steel detail, by the way. I'm getting distracted for all the details. Opens up to the primary bedroom closet. Now, the owner is currently occupying this space, so we're gonna respect this privacy, not open these cabinets, but you guys get the point. It's nicely decked out. Everything is paneled in. You have that seamless look. Hangers, drawers, everything you need. And we have more cabinets on this side. I can show this, I'm pretty sure. Ready, Mikey?
Oh, that's cool.
Every primary bedroom closet should have a washer and dryer. This is like the best amenity.
Yeah.
It's such a convenience. The primary bathroom. So you have two access points to this bathroom. One from the hallway, main hallway, one from the closet. Freestanding tub. Looking at these amazing views. And to give everybody a little bit of reference, we are right on top of the trellis design that we saw at the outdoor patio space on the main floor. Same wood panel ceilings. Right behind Mikey, we have the water closet. And on this side, we have the walk-in shower. Now, this walk-in shower is super cool. When you're looking at it, it's all open because the way they designed these glass doors, both panels actually swing, right?
Yeah.
So you have this open design. And although we're in Hollywood Hills and it's hard for someone to see through your bathroom from the city level, they wanted to utilize the chimneys or the flues of the fireplaces as like a secondary screen and privacy shade for your primary bathroom. And
Such a horrible idea. You're at one of the best view properties in LA, and then you have these two freaking chimneys right off to you. Just how unattractive is that, right? You could have covered your lower body, you could have had the privacy. But again, this tells me lack of planning. You made a decision very early on in the design phase and you decided to stick with it regardless of whatever problem you came, and then you decided to fix the problem and felt good about it yourself.
floating double vanity setup, LED lit mirror. This is great. All right, let's go back to the hallway. Now we have the primary bedroom on our left, but first, let's check this out real quick. The bridge. So we have this bridge design that takes you to an additional outdoor space, again, for the primary bedroom. We can actually see the exterior cladding of this home, the steel plates a little bit closer here. I like this kind of stealth flat look, and we get more amazing views, another fire pit. And this bridge, you guys may find this cork flooring kind of interesting, and it kind of continues to this section. That's the secondary staircase off of the only bedroom we have on the main floor. And this door opens up to the gym for the primary bedroom.
This looks like a gym from the Soviet Union, doesn't it? With the red.
Gym is very spacious. Same flooring throughout. You got every equipment you need. Amazing, amazing views. And he wanted to have this cork flooring because he works out here. He utilizes this span for his workout. And by the way, in the future, I can totally see someone enclosing this section, making it a second bathroom or secondary closet. This pocket door opens up to the amazing primary bedroom. This room, out of all the primary bedrooms we have ever seen on this channel, without a doubt is my favorite.
That's a bold statement, but I can see why you say that. It looks very simple at first glance, but there's a lot of hidden features, amenities, and you can't beat these views.
Without a doubt. I mean, the way it's been engineered, how it's like literally floating above the entire city. It's certainly not the biggest primary bedroom we have ever seen, but it's just the right size. I love the warm tones with the hardwood floors, wood panel ceilings. In fact, I just recognized that they have the recessed lights right around the perimeter of the entire room. Just so seamless, so effortless, just the right size. We have the king size bed here. And now I want to talk about some of the features in this room, or pretty much throughout the house. So we talked about these exterior louvers that we have, bifold louvers. And I wanted to show how they work here. There you go. This is how they fold. Currently we have them about, what do you think, Mikey? 30% closed?
Yeah, something like that.
And they tuck up all the way to the ceiling. And once they're closed all the way, or tucked up to the ceiling, they give this really unique cantilever look from the outside. And once you put them down, they just serve as louvers and sunshades for the room and pretty much the house. Now we also have automatic shades throughout, and this is really cool. We have this automatic sliding glass doors also here, opening up this Juliet balcony to the amazing views. As if you weren't connected enough, you can kind of get rid of the sliding glass doors as well and get the breeze coming in. This is outstanding.
Yeah, so like I said, a lot of hidden details. I just said the projector screen in the ceiling. Behind the bed, we have the actual projector that drops down.
So I want to point out to that column in the center, right? First of all, these volumes are really narrow and long, right? But to have a column at that location when you didn't have much volume, right? You could have done cantilever the wall in a situation where you didn't have that column if you had a stronger core, right? But it doesn't. So it's a shame that that is there. Again, it doesn't take so much away from the view, but again, to me, that's a negative considering how the good views are. You should have thought that out and you should have been like, look, we don't want anything in between, right? The windows should come and just naturally close and touch, and when you open, it should be completely over and have a nice cantilever, right? But again, they never thought that out. They didn't think of it, and I think it would have easily been done with this design because the actual house itself is pretty small. The footprint of the house is pretty small, and if you would have had a strong core, you could have had these, you know, ceiling cantilever open without support underneath them.
And that wraps our tour for the second floor. And now let's fast forward a few more hours.
Now, did you notice? There's no other bedroom on the top floor. I mean, obviously, this was never going to be a family house, but that is another major negative where you have the best freaking views. So again, not ideal use of space. Now, pay attention to the actual structure of the building. This is your last chance. You got to tell me what it looks like. What does this house look like? To me, it looks like a container home. It looks like they've stacked 5-6 containers on top of each other. Each volume is a rectangular, long kind of a format. And if you haven't seen container homes, they're all over the United States. You know, you can find dirt cheap land and you buy a container and there's like kits that you can build in and build a home. So to me, this is a $37.4 million container home. And it's ridiculous because, again, it's not always the architect's fault. It's sometimes the owner's fault where they request the building like this and the architect has to work with them or not take their project. But to me, it has created all the problems in this property where you don't have any amazing scale or volume in any of the rooms. And then because it's a view property, you've opened it up on both sides where it sucks the energy out. And it has forced you to have a very small footprint where you don't have the square footage in a lot of areas where you should have it. And then you're left with outdoor spaces that are bigger than indoor spaces. It caused all the other types of problems where as far as the garage is concerned, as far as other elements in the house where you should be having a lot more room or natural light when you don't. This is when you make a decision or your architect gives you a sketch and you're like, oh, I love this design. Okay, this is the overall concept with design. We're going to go with it. And you don't think, or no one tells you, if you make this decision, you're going to have this type of a home. You're going to have a certain characteristics in this home that will give you certain amount of limitation. To me, this is a classic case of trying to fix problems within the design because of a bad decision you made long time ago. But if you want to see a house that is my favorite, click on this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the comments.